Hey guys, welcome to Double Check News. This is Dan.
This is Yi.
And happy Mid-Autumn Moon Festival!
Yay! 中秋节快乐!
Yep, we got our moon cakes. Hopefully you guys got yours.
Just ate some actually.
Yep.
Oh, those things are so heavy.
Heavy but good, and you know, honestly, they taste alright, but they just bring back good memories for me.
They look, okay, here's mooncakes, the kind that I have, which is the common kind that it has intricate patterns on it.
Yep.
And it's like all dense and thick and it has lotus or dates or red bean in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever it is, or nuts, because the one I just had was with nuts. Yeah. Wasn't that good. But anyways, it always looks better than it tastes, in my opinion, because it looks so fancy and cute and you have it and you're just like, oh.
You're like, oh man, and you can never finish the whole thing, especially like the
when
ones
they're this
big.
They're meant to be eaten in quarters. You're supposed to like cut them in fourths and everyone has one.
Yeah. Do not eat one of those by yourself. It's like 1,000 calories.
800 to 1,000 calories. Yeah. And I like the ones with the double yolks in them with
lotus. Those are
the best. In my opinion, those are the best.
The best.
Yeah.
Anyways, it is Mid-Autumn Moon Festival, and unfortunately, there are more giant superstorms hitting Taiwan, hitting mainland China.
Yeah.
This particular one, called Meranti, actually took down like this giant moon balloon. And it's ironic, right? Because you're talking about the moon.
Here's the thing. So the super Typhoon Meranti is like, it's basically blasting its way through Taiwan and mainland China, right? So it just passed Taiwan, and it didn't make landfall there, but it passed Taiwan and it's heading straight to the southern provinces of China.
Right.
So in mainland China, it's predicted to definitely hit Guangzhou and Fujian,
like
right?
Today.
Yeah, and here's the thing, because people were expecting this storm for a long time coming now, it's a super typhoon, think about it. So people have been paying attention, they know that there's gonna be rain, clouds at the very least during the festive Mid-Autumn Festival, which is a 3-day holiday in China. That's typically when people go out and look at the moon, right? Because during that time, the moon is the roundest. People will admire the moon, 赏月, you know? So they can't do that because it's gonna be raining heavily with heavy winds, so everyone has to stay at home and there's no way they can see the moon. Because they can't see the real moon, a lot of businesses have been putting up these artificial moons, like whether that's like a moon light or like a blow-up moon balloon, right? And in these public spaces, so that people could still enjoy the festival even despite the bad weather.
Right. So I'm pretty amazed by these moon balloons in the first place. I mean, you're talking about a balloon that big, and it's not hard to make. I imagine you just print the surface of the moon onto this canvas or whatever material, and then you illuminate it in the middle, right? And they've been, because leading up to the storm, the weather's obviously bad. So it's this giant balloons. Multiple people have captured one of these enormous balloons just rolling down the street. Yeah,
because of heavy winds. I mean, they're secured. I'm guessing they're secured to the floor by these ropes. Yeah. But they could easily just be blown away, you know?
It's pretty terrifying at first, but then you realize it's just paper or it's just, plastic or whatever. But had this been like when I just saw a still image and I saw the lady like right there, I'm like, no, get away! But then I'm like, oh, it's just like
it's still a hazard for sure. Look at it, it's rolling on top of the cars and stuff like that. So
oh my gosh.
It definitely decreases visibility.
Yeah.
And if you're on a bicycle, you're kind of getting just blown over by that balloon if you get caught under it. I mean, it's not something you want just randomly, blowing through your town.
This reminds me of way back 2012. That's when a lot of Chinese people were making their own doomsday. I don't know if you remember this. They were making their doomsday pods. So basically 2012, right? All these Chinese people were like, I'm gonna make my own submarine where I'm gonna hide. And then this one guy made this round doomsday ball, and then he tried to roll in it. And this is what it reminds me of. It's just like dunk, 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 and it's just like, okay, that didn't work. It's just like.
Well, if you see, you can tell from these photos that the weather is really bad there. It's very cloudy. It looks like a storm is about to hit. It's supposed to actually hit today in mainland China. And I don't know, I feel pretty worried. I have a lot of relatives back in mainland China. I hope they stay safe at home. And I don't know, I don't think that the typhoon is supposed to hit the northeast. I think it's mostly the southern provinces. But still, I don't know. And Shanghai will definitely be affected. It's going to be rainy and it's not going to be a very happy holiday weather, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
I mean, it'll be a lot worse than what's happening here, which is just some, gusts of winds leading up to it. But this year's been the year of floods and storms,
Oh,
in
for
Asia.
sure.
They had Napartak earlier in Taiwan, which is like one of the biggest ever. And then they're saying that this Meranti could rival the one that hit the Philippines, Haiyan, that killed so many people.
Dang.
It was devastating. I watched a documentary on that. It was like, holy cow. And it's because that one, Haiyan, no one thought it was... what happened in the Philippines was insane because even though this year, a lot of devastation, but not a lot of deaths. I mean, in the hundreds, but you're talking about months of devastation, right? So to me, the death toll isn't that high because they've been successfully evacuating people out of all these cities.
I mean, if
millions
you think about it, for this super typhoon, even though they knew that it wasn't going to make landfall onto Taiwan, like hundreds of thousands of people were evacuated from their homes. I feel like people are a lot more cautious now because of the previous devastation. I mean, think about it. When people weren't prepared, so many people died. So this time they're like, better safe than sorry, better safe than sorry.
So luckily it's just, not too much property damage, although there probably is going to be a lot, but at least, not a lot of people will be killed.
Well, that's the thing. I was just about to say, just because not as many people died compared to previous incidents, doesn't mean that the properties won't be damaged, and that's a lot of headache for the people. I mean, we were in New York and Superstorm Sandy. I mean, yes, there weren't that many deaths, but people's houses were destroyed and they couldn't get heat for months, and then they couldn't get enough government help. There were just so many issues, and 2-3 years after that, it was still a big issue.
I mean, Katrina too.
Exactly. So I mean, these natural disasters just simply wreak havoc on entire cities and just large groups of people. But
yeah, and it's unfortunate because it's supposed to be a time of celebration.
Exactly. Like that's really sad because typically this is not good when it happens ever, but it's supposed to be. This is the time in a Mid-Autumn Festival is typically when families get together. Yeah. It's kind of like it's a major Chinese holiday. And
it's a 3-day holiday.
3-day holiday, and people get together. It's supposed to be a gathering time, and people admire the moon, think about culture. Just enjoy their time with each other and eat mooncakes and get a little fat. But, but what I do appreciate is that whoever put these moons up, I feel like that's really considerate because, it's a way to remind people that, hey, you can still celebrate the holiday even though you can't see the real moon. Like, here's something to cheer everyone up.
That's right.
I mean, they need it more than ever given that this super typhoon is going to come and it's today. So we will see what the damage is like today. Hopefully, sometimes it's better than what we all expect.
Definitely.
So I hope that's what the case is going to be like.
Exactly. And let us know what you guys think of this story and if you guys are enjoying your mooncakes like we are.
Yes.
Thanks again for watching, guys. Bye.